ナマンダ、ウツナマンダ、ウツナマンダ、ウツナマンダ、ウツナマンダ、ウツナマンダ、ウツナマンダ、ウツナマンダ、ウツナマンダ、ウツナマンダ、ウツナマンダ。Good morning, everyone. Today is October 18th, 2020, and we are going to chant Vandana, Ti-sarana, and Junirai. Hopefully today remote control works well so that you can see Vandana, Ti-sarana, and Junirai on the screen. But if it's not working, please see 167 of Shin Buddhist Service Book for Vandana, Ti-sarana, and 67 for Junirai. So please join me in Gassho to begin the service. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda. ナモタサバガバトアラハトサンマサブッタサブッタンサラナンガチャミダンマンサラナンガチャミサンガンサラナンガチャミNow we are going to chant Junirai. Keishu Tengin Shokugyo Amida Senryo Zokuson Zai Himi Meu Annakok Muryo Bushi Shuine 金色心情行船のシャマタ行行造部両目上逆小蓮華高雅長来弥陀尊面前炎上行満月以降遊行千日月商業天空しら高雅長来弥陀尊観音頂戴観智宇治主十名相法称言のぶくげど馬け馬高雅 将来みだそ無微無空交渉上習得形受け女国小差利悪徳自在公が将来みだそ実法名門菩薩衆無量小魔女三段一生修上願力事公が将来みだそ根体法見知正形前言少女名大座おひざ上行船の公が将来みだそ実法将来勝負し権限人無視安楽戦後尊厳上苦行公が将来みだそ小無常無我と薬業水元年養老一種説法無名字公が将来みだそ依存無説無悪名薬無行銀悪道不衆銀死信教非尊公が将来みだそ非尊無量法勉強無少種悪知識往生不退死菩提公が将来みだそガセ非尊苦毒事修税無変業海水小逆前言少女者衛生種上消費公 Namandabut, 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 Namandabut. Gan-ni-shiku doku, byodo seisai, do-hon mo dai-shin, o-jyou an-da-ko. Namandabts, 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 namandabts. Now we are going to read our pledge, and our pledge is not on the service book, so please keep watching the screen so you will see our pledge. Our pledge. Breaking out of my shell, I will share a warm smile and speak gentle words just like the kind Buddha, not becoming lost in my greed, anger, and ignorance. I shall think and act with an open mind, just like the calm and peaceful Buddha. Not putting myself first, I will share in the joy and sadness of others, just like the compassionate Buddha. Realizing the gift of life I have received, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest, like the Buddha who tirelessly works to liberate all. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda. What's on the screen now? Oh, Gosandai. Yeah, well, maybe we can keep that because I'm going to share a children's talk first, but I think you are now looking or watching the Gosandai theme of the Dharma talk. That's for adults talk, but you will see it all the time or all through until the end of children's talk. But today for children, I would like to ask you to think about what being mindful of others means. What is being mindful of others means? And I will show you an example. So please think about if the person being mindful of others or not, okay? And let's suppose here is two people. Let's say Kyle and Tyler sitting and eating a meal. Kyle finished the meal early, so Kyle asked Tyler, let's play. And Tyler told Kyle, I haven't finished eating yet. Can we play later? Then Kyle said, no, I don't care. I finished eating already, so let's play. So is Kyle being mindful of Tyler? No, right? Tyler is still eating, but Kyle selfishly asking Tyler to play together. By the way, what the word mindful means. Since my children is still small, I haven't told them how to use dictionaries, but English dictionaries or any dictionaries are important tool to learn the meaning of the word. And mindful means conscious or aware of something. Conscious or aware of something. So being mindful of others means being aware of others. Being aware of what they are doing, how they are feeling, kind of things. Then, what Kyle could have said to be mindful of Tyler? Kyle could have said, Tyler, let's play after you finish eating. Does this sound more like being mindful? So being mindful is thinking about what the others are doing and the others feeling. And that leads us to be more kind and gentle to the other beings too. So there are so many things we need to be mindful of others in this situation now. Wearing mask is one thing. Someone recovered from some illness doesn't mean that the person don't have to wear a mask. It is just like Kyle saying, I don't care, I finished eating already, right? So if you can wear a mask, please wear a mask to protect the others too. And not only wearing mask, but now many people are working from home or studying from the home. And focusing on online meeting and classes is tough if there's distraction. So please be mindful of your surroundings, okay? So let's close children's talk with Gassho and Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namman da Butsu, Namman da Butsu, Namman da Butsu. So now, I would like to share the Wasan poem written by our founder, Shinran Shonin. So please join me in Gassho again. Please put your palms together. 下脱の降臨際もなし、高速かぶる者は皆、有無を離ると述べたも、平等格に奇妙せよと。The liberating wheel of light is without bound. Each person it touches, it is taught, is freed from attachment to being and non-being. So take refuge in Amida, the enlightenment of non-discrimination. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namman da Butsu. Namman da Butsu. Right now, I am reading a book on Yogacara, representation-only school of Mahayana Buddhism with my minister's friends in Japan. It's online, so we can gather anytime, but almost every week since March. And now we read about 330 pages, and we still have about 300 pages left. And we are now studying about the mental concomitant taught in the 30 verses on representation only, written by Bodhisattva Vasubandhu. And these 30 verses talks about 51 mental factors, and 26 of them are about blind passions or afflictions. And most of them works on our surface mind, but some of them works on our subconsciousness or subconscious. So it is really difficult to get rid of. And one of them is the wrong view. But comparing to what it is called the wrong view. In one of the texts of Yogacara, the discourse on the perfection of representation only, it said, what are wrong views? They have as their essential nature defiled discernment, that is, false or topsy-turvy, speculations, and judgment in regard to eternal verities and principles. Their mode of activity is to impede good views and to produce suffering. So wrong view is to see things topsy-turvy. It was actually the first expression I encountered, which means upside down, right? And we had our false impression on everything and creating the world around us through this wrong view. So this means that good view or right view is to see things as they are. So comparing to right view, it is called wrong view. And this wrong view is impeding right view and producing suffering, unsatisfactoriness. And this wrong view could be seeing impermanent thing as permanent, like beginning of this stay in place, we realized what we thought as normal life was not normal. We were seeing our lives with wrong views. And this discourse on perfection of representation only divide wrong views into 5 topsy-turvy views. The explanation in the discourse is a little complicated, so I am going to use the explanation from the Princeton Dictionary of Buddhism. 5 types of wrong views. 1, the view that there is a perduring self or soul that exists in reality. 2, extreme views, impermanence or annihilation. 3, fallacious views, really difficult words today. The denial of or disbelief in the efficacy of karma, rebirth, and causality. 4, the rigid attachment to views, mistakenly and stubbornly clinging to one's own speculative views as being superior to all others. And 5, the rigid attachment to the soteriological efficacy of rites and rituals. So it took an hour to read through these 5 wrong views. So I am not going to explain all of them in detail, but most of the wrong views are what is making the world in chaos right now. This discourse was created around the 7th century, that this proved that the human nature have not been changed since then, sadly. But extreme views is one of the wrong views we have to be careful of. Or we should be mindful of our nature, using these extreme views to judge things and people. I don't want to use political example, so I use the example from a story of rakugo storyteller. His name was Hayashiya Rokusuke. He was a rakugo storyteller. And when he was going to ride on Shinkansen, a bullet train in Japan, he waited at the platform an hour before the departure time. And his disciple told him, Shinkansen leaves on time, so it's meaningless to wait there this early. But Rokusuke told the disciple, well, it might leave early. They sometimes leave late, so there's possibility of making mistake to leave early. If you have ever been to Japan, you know how train leaves on time. So I was surprised when first used Amtrak in United States. They don't even come on time, right? But it's a natural thing for the people in the United States. But we have presumption that the train might come late or leave late, but never leave early. So we are using these extreme views that train might leave late, but never leave early. And we attach to the one-sided idea and think that the opposite idea is wrong idea. So this is extreme view. And this is a story I heard from my friend. But once he heard story from one of the scholars of our tradition. A scholar received a question like, what should I do when I quarrel with my wife? Then the scholar said, quarrel until you get exhausted. And then go to the front of Amida Buddha and ask Amida Buddha, which is right. Then Amida Buddha would say, you are both wrong. So we should always ask guidance to the Buddha and see if our view is not leaning too much towards one-sided idea and not being mindful of others, the other side's opinion. And another wrong view I would like to discuss today is the rigid attachment to views. And once again, the rigid attachment is mistakenly and stubbornly clinging to one's own speculative views as being superior to all others. And this seems no different from the extreme views, but one of the books said this is the view integrating all the wrong view and attached to the view as the right view. And the discourse said, the function of this false view is to furnish occasions for various disputes and struggles. So because of this wrong view of the rigid attachment to views, we have dispute and struggles. Think about it. If everyone thinks their opinion is right and never compromise, then dispute and conflicts never disappear from the world. So what we need is the mind of listening, mind of being mindful of others' opinion. And in Jodo Shinshu, we understand, or I understand, as this mind of being mindful of others comes from the working of Amida Buddha. And we are nurtured by the working of Amida Buddha to understand the importance of this mind of being mindful of others. I am full of blind passions, such as 3 poisons of greed, anger, and ignorance. And based on the ignorance, I see things with wrong views. But the working of Amida Buddha in Nembutsu makes me realize that I was looking people and things with wrong views. So if more and more people encounter the teaching of Amida Buddha and realize the own foolish nature of relying on ignorance and seeing the world with wrong views, I am sure the world will be a more peaceful place. And I hope every people to encounter the teaching of Nembutsu and nurtures the mind of being mindful of others. So thank you all for attending today's service. And in closing, please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. The liberating wheel of light is without bound. Each person it touches, it is taught, is freed from attachments to Namandavats, Namandavats, Namandavats. So this will conclude today's service, and I hope I will see you next week. And today we have Dharma School, virtual Dharma School from 11. So please attend the Dharma School if you are a Dharma School student. And I'm looking forward to see you from 11 a.m. Okay, so thank you. And I hope you will have a great rest of the day. So thank you for attending.